Getting started on framing in the seating area now. I'm planning on having a seat here and a seat here with a table in the middle, which will be removable and connect the two seats to make a second seating area. So I'm doing a lot of math right now to figure out how we're going to do this, make it all fit. I'm going to use the cushions from here and here for the center cushion. So it's a lot of math right now. Okay, so now I'm making the back support, the angled back support. And then I've traced the same line over there. I'm going to put some 1x3s across for the back support. And then now I just need to make this one here. Pretty much everything's framed in now. I just need to put the backrest piece of plywood on each side, and then need to get a hinge that goes along this seam from Home Depot so that can tilt up. There'll be storage inside. This is pretty much what it's going to look like. So I've been thinking about this here. This is going to raise up like that as a so I can access this for storage. And I'm going to put my battery monitor and my inverter controls and the heater controls right here. So that'll be a problem when this lifts up. It needs some space, so I'm going to cut this around here and add a fixed piece here, so when this opens up it won't hit into any of that. So I'm going to work on that now. Okay, so now we're looking a lot better. Plenty of clearance when this lifts up on both sides here. So now I'll put the backs in for each cabinet or each chair. Not bad, looking pretty good. Just gonna fill in these screw holes with some putty, sand it down, and then I'm gonna paint it the same color as these cabinets. Okay, so I've got a first coat of paint on them, so this is pretty much what they're gonna look like. This needs another coat. Then I have to put the hinges on here. And then these will have cushions over them, but this should work out pretty well. Just getting the plywood installed on top of the bed now. I like to use my chalk line to mark where the studs are. Call me a little obsessive, but I like all the screws to be perfectly lined up. It's a little crazy, I know, but I think it looks good even though nobody will see it. I've got the hinges here that I'm going to install on the chairs in a little bit. I haven't screwed this one in yet. I just put a couple just to tack it in place because I need to remove this to work on the plumbing for the water tank, so I just have it kind of tacked in there temporarily. But it's all lined up. When the door's shut, it's perfect along that edge there. And then I'll have a cutout over here so you could reach your hand down, unlock the door, and also hit a light switch that'll be in the garage later on. One other tip back here, I did cut this in half. You can see right here. So that if you need to remove this for the tail lights, you can still get it off in two pieces without having to take the whole bed apart. And I did that on both sides. Putting a second coat of paint on everything right now. With this raw wood, you need to put the first coat on, then give it a light sanding, get all the rough spots off, and then put a second coat of paint. Then it has a nice smooth finish. And also making the back panel for the sink base cabinet, which is drying right now. Somewhere over here. Oh, here it is, back here. That'll go in the back of the sink base. Okay, so I got the back panels and the side panels on the sink base cabinet now. And I'm going to screw it into the chair, which has a 2x4 right where those screws are. But that's not going to be enough to hold this. There's really nowhere else to screw it into, so I've marked exactly where the cabinet's going to sit and the thickness of the toe kick inside. It's about 5/8. So I'm going to put these 2x2s here, screw them into the floor, and then I could screw through the toe kick into these. That should hold it in place. And then once I put the toe kick on, that'll cover up the screw holes. So get started on that. That went in really well. Surprisingly easy. I have a gray toe kick that'll cover the screw holes, but the thing is solid. It's not moving at all. And now that I have this cabinet in, I can put the switch here for the front 6 LED lights and the water pump. So moving along quite well now that this cabinet's in. I think that's good enough for today, but I'm gonna go see Edward and see if he has the curtains done yet. There you have it, some sliding blackout curtains. I'm just gonna add some Velcro. I'm gonna stitch in on each side to keep it nice and snug, and that'll stop that little bit of light that comes through there too. These are insulated and they don't let any light through at all. And they just slide open. It's really nice. That's gonna be it for this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll be making another one in about a week. Thanks, bye.